For my first hand, I have King Jack under the gun. I limp in. Everybody limps behind. Flop comes Jack 7-5. The big blind leads out for $11. I call. On the turn, 10. He bets 21 this time. I call. And the small blind has been calling as well. So we go 3 ways to river. It's a queen. He bets 21 this time. I call. Small blind folds. I show King Jack. He's got Jack 3. So my kicker plays. For my second hand, I have Ace Queen. I raise to $15. Get 1 caller. The flop comes 8-5-3. He donk leads for 15. That gets me to fold. For my next hand, I have 10-8 of spades. I open to $15. I get 1 caller. The flop comes with King 10-3. He checks to me. I see bet $15. He calls. Turn comes with a queen. We both check it. The river is a jack. He leads out for $20. And as you can see, there's just about a straight on the board. And I decide to fold this one. For my fourth hand, I have King, Queen of Hearts. Under the gun limps. There's an early position raise to $6. And a middle position re-raise to $22. I flat, as does several other players. We go 4 ways to a flop. It comes Ace 6-4. Usually when there's an ace on the board, somebody has it. So I'm only looking to hit a flush here. Everybody checks. I check. I am last to act. Turns a blank. Somebody bets $15. There's a call. And I call. I don't get there on the river. There's a bet of $20. And somebody with an ace does win this hand. I fold. For my next hand, I pick up pocket 6s in the big blind. Everybody limps to me. There's 3 limpers in this hand. I decide to bump it up to $25. Get 1 caller. The flop comes with a Jack 5-5, 2 diamonds. I see bet to 25 and he calls. The turn is a 10. I'm not ready to give up yet. I decided to ship it all in for about $68. He does make the call. River brings another diamond, and he was after a flush. And I will lose this hand. After this hand, I get moved from the 1-2 game, game to the 2-5 game. I limp in for $5 on my first hand with Queen 10 of Hearts. There's a raise to $25. I call, as do 4 other players. The flop comes Queen Jack 4. There's a raise to $45. The pre-flop raiser C bet. There's a 1 caller and I call. On the turn, It's the 8 of hearts, giving me a gut shot straight draw and flush draw, along with my top pair. Everybody checks to me. I decide to bet 150. That takes it down. For my next hand, I have ace queen. I call 15. We go about four or five ways to the flop. The flop comes 8, 6, 5. Everybody checks. Turn is a king. Everybody checks again. River's an ace. Somebody bets $25. There's a call. I decide to call as well. Somebody raises it to 125. Somebody calls that, and I fold. The winner in this hand had Queen Jack of spades for the flush. For my next hand, I have pocket eights under the gun. I limp in. The player next to me raises to $15. There's two callers. The button re-raises to $55. I call, as does everybody else. And the flop comes 2, 5, 8. I check. Checks around to the button, who makes it 75. I re-raise to 275. It folds over to him again, and he sees that I only have 200 behind, decides just to put me all in. I make the call, and my hand does hold up. Player had ace 5 of hearts, so he had a middle pair and a flush draw. I hit an ace, but being I had a set that didn't help. And I take down a big pot here. For my next hand, I have King 10, big blind. I check. There's a few limpers in this hand. Flop comes with all little ones. I check, as does everybody else. Turn is a king. I check again, everybody else checks. River is a 3. I check a third time. Somebody does throw out $10 this time, and I call it. He just had a pair of 2s. My king is good. My next hand, I have pocket jacks on the button. There's been a raise to $10. I smooth call it. It folds over to rather the big blind decides to make it $100. Everybody folds to me. I looked at a stack. He has about 400. I decide probably have the best hand, and I like to get heads up with him, and I decided to ship it all in. The small blind does fold, and the big blind does call. The board doesn't run out so favorably though. It's King, Queen, 7, 10, 6. Player turns over Ace Jack for the straight. I lose this one, about a $900 pot. For my last big hand, I have Queen Jack of hearts. I limp in. There's a raise to $30, and I call, as do several other players. About 5 of us look at a flop. It comes 8, 7, 4 with 2 hearts. I check. There's a bet to 45. I call. This is one other player. We look at the turn, it's a 9. I check over to the razor. He bets 200 this time. I make the call. River's 10. He ships it all in for about 400 and some. I make the call. He has a 6 for the bottom end of the straight. I got the third nut flush and I win. This hand puts me up about $1,100 on the night. So I more than cover my previous losses. Yeah, this session pushed me up about $800 since I started this blog. So first session I had a $380 profit. Second session was a $650 loss, and the third session is now a $1,100 profit.